What's up guys, my name's Micah. So Apple just announced the release of the M2 iPad Pro as well as the iPad 10th generation and a new Apple TV 4K. It's pretty clear that the baseline iPad had a lot more updates from the previous model than the iPad Pros. Now although the iPad 10th gen is a new and exciting on its own, today we'll be looking at the iPad Pros. So what's new? Well, it's just the M2 chip and Wi-Fi 6E. Well that's it, thanks for watching guys. No, I'm just kidding, that's a joke. But actually those are the only two hardware updates. Wi-Fi 6E isn't a super huge feature for most people, but it definitely could come in handy. Alright, so that actually brings us to the M2 chip. So this is actually much bigger of an update than it may seem, but under specific circumstances. Yet this chip has an 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU, and it's a 16-core neural engine, but it's compared to M1's 8-core CPU, 8-core GPU, and a 16-core neural engine, but the neural engine is said to be 40% faster. So it just has 2 extra GPU cores, but that actually can do quite a bit. In addition to that, this chip now has a media engine, giving it the ability to shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second in ProRes, even though it has the exact same camera hardware as this M1 iPad Pro. But that brings me to the main feature that I think most people would notice with it, and that's this new Apple Pencil Hover. In my opinion, this is probably hands down the coolest new feature on this iPad. It allows you to hover the Apple Pencil anywhere over the screen, up to almost a ½ inch from the screen, and it will perform certain actions. When you hold the pencil above the screen in Procreate, for example, it will play the animation in that file. So will this new iPad Pro be worth it? Well, that depends on a lot of things actually. I'm going to just say no for most people, but there's some things to consider. As far as sheer hardware alone, this iPad has very few things that are new from the previous model besides a new chip and an antenna for Wi-Fi 6E. I think a lot of people will agree that upgrading from anything in the last few years, especially the M1 iPad Pro, is probably not worth it for 99% of users. So now we get to the question of who should actually get this new iPad. So the answer to this question has multiple variables. I would say if you're looking for a really good and modern iPad Pro, maybe look at this M1 iPad Pro on Amazon or somewhere else. It's going to be a lot cheaper and it will still be a really great deal. If you already have this iPad, just keep it. There's nothing revolutionary in the new iPad Pro compared to this one, and if you're coming from a 2020 or 2018 iPad Pro, I would say something similar to that. If you're happy with that and what your iPad can do, it's probably worth it. Now for people coming from a 2017 iPad Pro and older, as well as people who have other iPads such as an iPad Air, I assume most people looking to spend $800+ on an iPad, you're probably looking for something that you as a most likely pro user would just need. The main reason being that I have an M1 iPad Pro, and for me to want to upgrade, it's going to really have to introduce something that I will need or use. The M1 chip has way more than enough power for me on a regular basis. Granted, I do edit and export these videos on it, but I know that it's hardly a walk in the park for this chip. I think the Apple Pencil Hover feature is really cool, but I don't see myself using it that much. The main upgrade I can really imagine myself using would be the media engine sometimes, but probably not that often. I'll be upgrading my M1 iPad Pro with the 11-inch version when the 11-inch version gets mini LED or something else that just blows me away. Alright, so this was just a really short video about what I think that for most people, this is probably not the iPad for them. I know I'll still be excited to check them out in my local Apple store and stuff, but I don't think I'm going to get one for myself. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below and if I missed anything. That's been it for today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.